Hey guys, have you ever wondered what actually goes on during voice lessons? If you are looking for a voice teacher, or you're nervous about taking voice lessons for the first time, or you don't know what to expect, allow me to walk you through the things that actually happen in and out of the voice studio. I have a list of things that you learn when you're in voice lessons, whether it's with me or another teacher. But I also have some quotes from my students who have so graciously shared what they feel has helped the most in voice lessons, not just in their musical lives, but in every other aspect of their life. And I want to share that with you today. So without further ado, voice lessons are obviously you hiring someone to teach you how to sing well. And when you go to voice lessons, they'll probably walk you through warm-ups, they'll probably help you sing songs, but what actually happens to help you sing better is they're pointing out techniques and skills that you need to learn, and they'll teach you how to learn them, and they'll teach you how to apply those techniques and skills in context in songs. That's the missing piece that so many free resources out there miss, is how to apply these techniques and skills in context. So if you are a DIY singer and you really, really want to get better at singing, this is probably the next step for you. If you've been researching all the techniques, you've been practicing on your own at home and you've hit a wall, now is the time to get that personalized, focused attention, because your voice is like a snowflake. It's different from everyone else's, and it is unique, and you need to have sometimes a guide to help walk you through how to use your voice to its fullest potential and how to utilize your strengths and figure out how to bolster your points of weakness. It also helps you reconnect with your body. Get out of your mind and reconnect with your body, because your body is your instrument when you sing. And oftentimes you need a guide to kind of help you pay attention to when you are overthinking and to bring you back into center. I don't consider myself a guru whatsoever, but I've had multiple students call me their guru. I don't think that's an uncommon experience among voice teachers. Students will often say that because it feels real. It feels like you're getting out of your head and into a very different flow state. It's the state of mind that we so often chase but don't know how to access. But as a singer, as a musician, I access it a lot, and I help other people access that too. That said, that's what you can expect in the studio. You will learn how to sing, you'll learn how to sing well, you'll learn about your voice and its weaknesses and strengths, you'll learn how to improve it, you'll learn how to be in your body and not your head. But my students will tell you that singing is beautiful because it teaches you how perfectly, quote, perfectly unremarkable the process of learning to sing is. This student of mine, Jackie, said she really appreciates when I remind her that she's a beginner and that learning these things takes time. And it's reassuring to have someone tell her that and remind her that this is her process, this is her journey, and it's going to take time, that she's exactly where she needs to be. She's learned how to approach songs that are difficult and understand and discern the difference between a song that's actually hard and an approach to the song that's difficult or making things difficult. And she has learned the difference between those two things, which you only really learn when you have someone pointing those things out. I very rarely find DIY singers who know that difference. And she goes, quote, "In a world where there is so much urgency and desire to win at everything right away to feel validated, it is so vital to be reminded by a teacher who has dedicated themselves to an art that good things done well, done remarkably, take time." I think that's beautiful. Voice lessons really do remind you to slow down. One of my teachers, I'd say like the teacher that shaped me the most, the one I had in college, Michael Chipman, God bless him. He wrote this amazing book called The Naked Voice. You should check it out. But Michael would constantly say, it's not about the destination. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. It's about the journey, you know? And I tell that to my students. But when I first started taking those lessons, hearing him say that, it was infuriating. I was like, I want to get to this goal. And as a teacher, it's so obvious. It's like, there is no goal. There is no end point to the goal. You have a goal. There is no end point. and it's always changing. Your voice is always morphing, and it's just about enjoying the process of singing, because at the end of the day, singing is so fun and enjoyable. And sometimes you need to have someone who is challenging you and simultaneously reminding you that it's going to be fine. I have another student who brought up their experience saying, practicing gives me time for myself and offers respite from focusing on and experiencing my chronic illness symptoms. She's got some chronic illnesses, and she shared with me that for her, she always feels better after her lessons. In fact, multiple students have shared that they feel so much better after a voice lesson. It doesn't matter what. And that was an experience I had when I was taking lessons too, that it didn't matter how bad of a day I was having, I would always feel better after taking voice lessons. I would go to my teacher, and even if it was just a lesson of me sobbing and sharing what was on my mind and just having someone listen, or if we did get around to singing, which was a majority of our lessons, I would always leave feeling so much better, because it just brought me back down into my body, brought me out of my head. I was breathing intentionally, I was singing and making beautiful music, even if it sucked, and I had fun. That was at the end of the day, I was having fun. And she said that singing lessons have brought to light many of her personal struggles and how they manifest physically. For example, a fear of being seen or heard, and it's translated to a closed jaw and not wanting to actually make a lot of noise, when really I'm encouraging her to take up space with her voice, and it totally goes against this fear that she's held. And I have experienced that personally. I'd say a lot of people who have taken voice lessons have experienced that personally, that they would not be the person they are today without voice lessons. It helps me tell my body that it's safe to take up space. It helps me show up authentically and clearly everywhere else in my life. And on that note, I hope that after this video, you feel a little bit more encouraged to take singing lessons and at least take a trial lesson and see how that feels. I do have openings in my studio that are on a rolling basis, so if you're interested in taking a trial lesson, you can check that out down below. I have a lot of inquiries, so I might not be able to take you on right away, but at the time of this filming, I have some openings. So I hope you have a great rest of your week. I'll see you next Friday for another singing video. Happy singing. Bye-bye.